Welcome to How To Food, a comprehensive guide of the digestive tract and how it does its job. What is the digestive system? The digestive system is the system responsible for taking all the big lumps of yummy stuff you eat and turning them into little useful bits that your cells are able to use to function, called monomers. There are four main monomers: fatty acids, amino acids, sugars, and nucleotides. For all the dumb millennials watching, friendly reminder that Tide Pods do not contain nucleotides and should not be consumed. The first stop on the digestion train is the mouth. Both mechanical and chemical digestion take place here as the teeth and tongue work together to physically break down the food, creating a larger surface area for later indigestion, as saliva containing an enzyme called salivary amylase starts to chemically break down starches into simpler sugars. The esophagus is the mucousy laundry chute that gets food from the mouth to the stomach. The esophagus moves this food to the stomach via peristalsis, or by the contracting and relaxing of muscles after the food. The muscles responsible for peristalsis are so strong that they could push food into your stomach, even if you were hanging upside down. At the top of the esophagus is the pharynx, which blocks off the trachea when you swallow so you don't accidentally inhale your nachos. And at the bottom of the esophagus is the esophageal sphincter, which basically seals off the stomach so you don't have food flow back into your esophagus and mouth every time you lay down. The stomach is where chemical digestion really starts. The stomach is full of gastric juice, a combination of hydrochloric acid, potassium chloride, and salt. The stomach plays a major role in the digestion of proteins through the activation of the enzyme pepsid. Gastric juice is so intense that the stomach is coated in a thick coating of mucus to prevent the acid from eating away at the wall of the stomach. The stomach is not only useful for the digestion of food, but the acid inside it also serves to kill any nasty bacteria that may have hitched a ride onto your food. Food usually chills out here, being dissolved and digested for a couple of hours before passing on to the small intestine. Lightning round for all the accessory organs, aka the organs I'm way too lazy to go in depth on. The liver has multiple jobs, including storing sugar, aka glucose or glycogen, and some vitamins, removing toxins like alcohol from the body and blood, and producing bile salts to emulsify fats. Because fat is not normally water-soluble, the bile salts wrap around the fat and allow it to be mixed in with water and not separate. The pancreas produces pancreatic amylase to digest carbohydrates, trypsin and chymotrypsin to digest proteins, lipase to digest fats, nuclease and nucleosidase to digest nucleic acids. The pancreas also produces bicarbonate ions, which are basic to neutralize stomach acid as it enters the first part of the small intestine, the duodenum. Last of all, it also regulates blood sugar in your body by producing insulin. The gallbladder stores and releases bile into the small intestine to help aid in digestion. It is also responsible for gallstones, which are often considered to be one of the most painful medical things you can experience. The appendix enjoys sitting around inside of you, attached to your large intestine, doing absolutely nothing and using resources. That is until it decides to explode and just about kill you through its own stupidity. Basically, the appendix is your body's Justin Trudeau. It's useless, nobody knows how it got to be where it is, and it uses up all your resources. Now back to the rest of the organs. The small intestine is the organ in which most digestion and absorption take place. It's made up of three main segments: the duodenum, which receives chyme, partially digested food from the stomach, and enzymes and secretions from the liver, gallbladder, and pancreas. The jejunum, which is where most of the absorption of nutrients takes place, and then the ileum, which is the small bit of small intestine that connects to the large intestine via the cecum. The large intestine, also known as the colon, is where most water absorption occurs and the absorption of some vitamins, such as vitamins B and K. The large intestine also connects the small intestine to the rectum and anus, where waste is eliminated through defecation. The large intestine is also home to over 700 species of bacteria, fungi, protozoa, and archaea, fun word, which altogether can weigh up to half a pound. The rectum and anus are responsible for the storage and removal of waste. The rectum stores fecal matter until you go to the bathroom, which is when the anus, a small circular muscle, pushes the waste out of your body. The anus is also responsible for most of the jokes made about any organ, the majority of these jokes coming from junior highs. We've now reached the end of How To Food. I hope you've all learned a little bit more about your digestive systems. And if not, hopefully you at least spent a decent amount of the time cringing at whatever the heck this is.